So today I'm going to be talking about the term the chosen ones, which is a term that I hear a lot on YouTube. And I wanted to give my take on this term and how it applies to me and how I see this term in general. Basically, I think that chosen ones are people that are misfits in a way. You know, they might not be complete loners or complete weirdos. They're probably functioning in society to a degree, but they just don't quite fit into the world around us. And I think that a lot of the time, people in this category, which I would put myself in, is that we have a greater purpose. And a lot of the times we just haven't discovered what it is. And sometimes we have, and we're on our quest to live out the purpose that we have ascribed to our lives, rather than living out the purpose that society ascribes to us. And I think that in today's world, people with that attitude are considered arrogant and often attract a lot of negativity from people who might be jealous or envious or weaker, and they want to try and justify their own negative emotions towards us by often projecting their own garbage onto us. So, for instance, if they are trying to get you to conform to the narrative and you just don't go along with the narrative because you don't believe it, a lot of people try and dismiss that as arrogance, even though they probably haven't done the hundreds or thousands of hours of research into given topics that you may have done. And the reason that they do this is because they want to appear to others as being humble. So it's kind of like a pseudo humble form of narcissism where they don't want to be seen as arrogant, or they're just too intellectually lazy to form their own opinions or to go for what they want in life and reach their greater purpose. I think that one of the main differences between chosen individuals, chosen ones, and the masses is that we see the purpose of our life as a greater value than money, status, and fitting in. And I think most of society is just completely obsessed with getting as much money as they can, and fitting in and trying to make it at least appear to have as many friends as they have. And I would term this phenomenon a form of conformity extremism, which is what we have witnessed more and more of over the last few years since the hoax that took place back at the turn of the decade. And so, while fitting in isn't bad in and of itself, where it becomes a problem is where it's a form of extremism, conformity extremism, where people target and resent people that go against the mainstream narratives and things that are pushed upon us through the wokest agenda and all of that crap. And the people that have the internal strength and foresight to see through it and stand against it are targeted by these people. Now, we're often targeted by very dark people that have sadistic tendencies, that see how we are living our lives in being true to ourselves and not really worrying too much about what other people think. And a lot of the time when they see the results of like us being happy, stable, independent, it brews up like this resentment inside of them, and they will target people like us and pretend to be on your side in order to try and manipulate you and to tear you down to boost their own egos. And because they're working for the Dark Lord, really, they have no interest in truth. It doesn't even register in their brain as something that has value, because to them, truth is whatever they are told to believe in order to fit in, fly under the radar, or whatever can be seen as being an advantage to them. You'll also be targeted by weak men who see your independent thought as a threat, because while beta males often try and get the approval of other people or other men in groups, alpha males also do the same. They constantly need that validation from men that are below them in the social hierarchy, as well. Even more so with alpha males, they need the constant validation from women. So when they see men that are like chosen ones or sigma males, men that like we prefer to have women and men that we like and like us back, of course, but like it's not the be all end all like it is for a huge percentage of guys, where they will just basically put on a fake persona to appease others, and their whole life is just about really fitting in and conforming. And so they see your independent thought and your independent actions, your self-direction, as an attack on their ego, because they see that you have a lot of freedoms that they don't, because they've imposed those restrictions on themselves. And, you know, I think that more and more we are realizing this. On YouTube, there's a lot more content about this. And I think that, you know, we're probably entering a point in human history where the types of men that dominated in the past will probably not be as successful in the new epoch that's coming up, where it will be more about logic and basically adapting to a new technological environment rather than being socially dominant and manipulative. There will still be a lot of things that will carry from the old world into the new. Like, you know, I don't think that you know, hard work and you know, productive, useful work can be replaced that easily by all the technology that's coming, even though a lot of it can, but there is a certain percentage of work that just can't be replaced, and you always need like that core group of men that will be willing to just kind of like grind it out, not worry about their greater purpose, and to do things for the greater good. And that's fine, but it becomes a problem when those types of men have the attitude towards other people, other men, where they see that they have to tear them down. So yeah, I thought I'd give my 2 cents on that topic. Didn't write anything down for this video, so it was probably a bit RE, but I hope you enjoyed it. Also, please check out my video on wokeism, which I released recently. I released a new version just yesterday that has the music removed if you don't like the music. So go check that out as well. Cheers.